on the next episode of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
Today's episode is a brewery takeover of New Trail Brewing in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Yay!
Where?
Someone's excited. Very excited.
It's my side of the state.
The New Trail Brewing beers we'll be tasting today are Rocksylvania, a 7% hazy IPA, Flannel Weather, a Motueka 9% hazy double IPA, a Coleman Terroir Experience, also a 9% hazy double IPA, Double Broken Heels, that doesn't sound like a fun trail experience, 9.2% hazy IPA. I'm sensing a theme.
Here.
Field, a 10% hazy triple IPA, and then Icicle, a 7% hazy IPA.
We'll be right back after this break. Brought to you almost live from the Dude in the Basement Studios. Why? Because that's where the good stuff is. It's Sips, Suds, and Smokes with your smoking host, the good old boys. Suds, Suds, Suds. It's time for more Suds.
Welcome, everyone, to a SUD segment. This particular SUD segment is a SUD segment where good beer meets bad radio, and sometimes bad beer, well, we won't go into that.
And a monkey.
Good people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm offended.
Already?
I resemble that remark. Sorry.
Yes.
Remember, there's no bad beer.
Let me write that down.
Bad
Drew
packaging.
offended at 32 seconds.
We're winning today. We're winning. Joining me at the table today is good old boy Sean.
Hello. Good to be back.
Hi. Hi.
We'll see about that.
It's early. He's optimistic. Good old boy Mike. Hi.
Despite the repeated injunction filings, I'm still here.
Banned once again.
Well, there's that. Good old boy Drew. Hello.
Oh, sorry, Drew. Sorry.
Me too. Me too.
And hey, you over there. Good old boy Dave.
Hey, baby.
Hey. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dave.
It's all right.
Wow.
I forgive you.
I'm good old Gal Juliana, in case you didn't know who I was. Today's episode is a brewery takeover of New Trail Brewing in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Yay!
Where?
Someone's excited. Very excited.
It's my side of the
They
state.
don't know where Chili Squay Squay is on a map. What a bunch of morons.
It also happens to be the home of the Little League World Series, too.
Well, at least there's one redeeming factor.
What is that?
Well, Tennessee goes and dominates every year.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah. So
right?
it's kind of like part of Tennessee.
I vote
They
that they
basically
hire a
own it.
marketing person to come up with a much more compelling story to lead with, and we're the home of Little League. You know,
People come from all over the country.
that's like a 4-week event, at best, right?
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Yes.
Is Williamsport on a large body of water
No.
Is it on a
How is
small
it-
body of water?
named a port?
Good old boy Dave with the hard-hitting questions.
Quakers can get lost.
Our listeners want to know.
Really?
Are we in Williamsport? Why,
Really?
yes, you are.
Do I rag you guys about how there's a Germantown in Nashville and there isn't a German
There were
settlement?
Germans.
Really?
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
The Protestants.
Yes.
Hans and
But
Friedrich.
thank you for
The
playing.
good Germans, the Lutheran, the Lutherans.
They were
We'll keep
very-
you in the visitor category still.
They were very polite.
They nailed lots of things to wooden doors.
Do not lob arrows that you cannot defend coming back at you.
Okay.
You're sitting around a table with great intellects, and then
And
there's
native
Mike.
Nashvillians. Right, correct.
Okay, I was highly disappointed when I moved here and there was a Germantown, but there wasn't any German restaurants in Germantown, nor was there any German food
That's
in Germantown.
True.
I'll give you
well,
Okay,
yeah,
so
give you that.
I'm sorry, because back where I come
Head
from,
fake.
We closed out Gerst's. It all went away.
Yeah.
Gerst wasn't even in Germantown.
Gerst
Probably-
House. Well, I mean,
you could probably find
the
some Jaeger.
original-ish, maybe.
I think the original was downtown.
Yes,
The better
it was
question
like
is-
off a church street or something
Okay.
like that.
What about Germantown in Memphis or outside of Memphis?
Well, let's
That's
just
true.
ignore that.
Yeah, that's
Let's just-
another one.
oh yeah,
Wolf
Yeah,
Chase Galleria
like
is-
the rest of Tennessee.
So wait.
we just ignored
How did
Memphis.
how did we get away from ripping on Williamsport?
Oh wait, right, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Pennsylvania.
Thanks, Dave, for keeping
Was
us on
there
topic.
a shoe factory
This is
there?
a beer episode, but
You know-
that's all right.
Was there ever a William that lived in Williamsport?
I'm sure there were many Williams that lived in Williamsport and that continue to live in Williamsport.
Maybe
Why
it's
did he call it a
William. Maybe it's William Sport. So maybe it's not even about a port. It's about
The
'cause they
great
play
sporting history of the state of
William.
Pennsylvania.
William, was a good sport. Hey, he's a good guy. He's a great sport.
Are they nicknamed Billy Sport?
I feel we've maybe beaten a dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the number one
Too
sport.
late.
In
Okay.
Is it Pimlico?
Let's move
Belmont?
on.
Which one's
Listen, have you
Good
tried beating a live horse? It's much harder.
I think she's going to be beating somebody soon.
Good boy, Dave. Would
Hey.
you like to move on with the
Yes.
notes,
Should we talk
please?
about New Trail?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Oh, right. Takeover.
Oh,
We
yeah.
love the outdoors and we love beer. At New Trail Brewing, we encourage our friends and neighbors to spend more quality time outdoors experiencing the world, the natural environment around us. We are woodsy types, hikers and bikers, paddlers, ooh, they like to paddle, and kayakers, bird watchers and stargazers. We are beer enthusiasts.
How do those people greet each other? Do you walk up and go, "Hey, man, what's your trail?" It's like,
Are there monkeys involved?
yeah, right, correct.
That's why we started New Trail Brewing Company, to make great beer for everyone to enjoy when you dare to explore new places, do new things, take new trails, and have truly memorable adventures. We preserve the great outdoors and enhance the experience of getting out there.
I feel
New
like I
Trail
need to go
Brewing
to REI,
Company
like, right
is
now.
committed to preserving the wild wonders of Pennsylvania, the Keystone State. We connect with a wide range of people and organizations in our area dedicated to elevating the quality of and access to our region's outdoor resources, including local trails, Pennsylvania trail dogs, and more. Our brewery culture seeks to facilitate meaningful relationships between our neighbors and our natural heritage.
Hey, did your bear poop on my lawn?
We feel there is a creative connection between nature and beer. That's why we brew fresh, great tasting, locally made beer for people active in outdoor recreation, and why we strive to manage our beer making process to have the least impact on our resources. We want to help people get out in the natural universe. It's good for them, for our community, and for the outdoors. We hope you'll join us.
Hold my hand, Drew.
I feel like skipping
That
through the
isn't-
forest.
That is not a new trail Drew wants to go down.
Is there little bunny frou-frou involved?
Are you outdoorsy people?
I am an outdoors. I am wearing flannel.
He is.
I'm not wearing flannel.
And
but
this
I
is
am
going
wearing
to tie in.
plaid
Drew's shirt ties in with one of the beers, actually.
It
Yeah,
does.
that's
Wrong
right.
color scheme, but yeah. You'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. Drew.
What if this is my clan's tartan?
Yeah.
It's not. But what if it was?
But
Yeah,
it's
you
not.
just insulted a whole people.
And you're not matching.
Gonna take their shirts and go back to Jersey.
Oh my god.
Hey,
You know,
Let's
if you
go.
guys stepped foot in Williamsport and looked at some of the trails, I'm sorry, but my side of the state is absolutely gorgeous. We have great trails. We have awesome scenery. The foliage, the mountains, the air is something you do not get down here
You
in
can
Tennessee.
see the air.
You've been walking around Germantown looking for Germans.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's the
good old
theme
boy
today.
Dave. Good old boy Drew, why don't you give us today's lineup?
The new Trail Brewing beers we'll be tasting today are Rocksylvania, a 7% hazy IPA, Flannel Weather, Flannel Weather, a Motueka 9% hazy double IPA, a Coleman Terroir Experience, also a 9% hazy double IPA, Double Broken Heels, that doesn't sound like a fun trail experience, 9.2% hazy IPA. I'm sensing a theme.
Here?
Field, a 10% hazy triple IPA, and then Icicle, a 7% hazy IPA.
Did I mention that you guys should probably be prepared to drink some hazy IPAs today?
Negative.
That was not in my preparation notes.
I feel
also,
like I should have worn my hiking boots.
I mean,
Yes.
I love to hike, and I will say anything post-exercise, beer is one of the getting a beer after post-exercise is one of the best buzzes you can get.
Yeah.
This is just instant drunk though at these ABVs.
I'm going to say if you are hiking while drinking these beers, as someone who does like to hike, make sure you have the high top hiking boots so your ankles, which will be very loose after drinking these,
Yes.
stay firm and planted as
That's how you
are.
end up with broken heels. Drinking
I guess we're about to
9%
find
beer.
out.
Indeed.
Okay. Thank you, good old boy Drew. Okay, good old boy Sean, why don't you give us the SUDS ratings for today?
Alrighty, we'll be discussing and rating these beers with these SUDS ratings, plus our signature belching sounds. Here are those ratings now. Number 1, a SUDS rating of 1. That sucks. Give me anything but a bud. A rating of 2. Was that a belch? A rating of 3. Ah, what a relief. Rating of 4. A body should really not make that sound. And finally, our top rating, number 5. Listen to that hang time and give me another.
You know what? That was one of the best readings of the SUDS ratings I've heard in quite a while.
Man.
It was good. It was really good. You know what? Don't be a hater, Mike.
Fair to middling at best.
Hater. You know what?
Could've been better.
Don't listen to the hate, Sean. It was very
Oh,
well.
no, I'm letting the hate consume me.
If you'd been wearing flannel, it would have been a lot better. That's all I'm saying.
Authenticity.
Yeah. Get with the program, Sean.
Rude.
I'm wearing, for the record, I am wearing shorts during this recording.
Oh, yeah. That
Are they
doesn't
cargos?
work. Yeah.
They are not cargo shorts.
In the dead of winter. Yeah.
Well, it's not the dead of winter. I mean,
So we need like a hiking yodeling song, for this episode. Yeah.
it's coming.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
It's
Yeah, I know.
After these beers, we'll definitely be yodeling.
Man, you guys just don't.
I'm just imagining like this, trail through the woods with a beer like every,
It's harder to
100
swallow
yards.
than regular water.
Yeah.
But in a good
See,
way.
that,
In a good way, I guess.
but that's the difference between northern hikers and southern hikers.
What?
What?
To be continued.
Oh.
We'll be back with more beer
Fighting
and some
words.
more. Welcome back, everyone. Today's episode is a brewery takeover of New Trail Brewing Company.
And we're going to discuss what's wrong with Mike. So this may go long.
Happy trails are here to stay.
We got a lot of time.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Okay.
You don't think that's our hiking song?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Who's this
No, it's
grumpy, sleepy?
I know who's dopey.
Right. We do have Snow White.
wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Drink beer.
Talking about Sean?
Let's get to the beer, folks. First one that we're going to talk about is Rocksylvania, which is a 7% ABV New England Hazy IPA of sorts. It's brewed with oats and expeditionally hopped with Simcoe, Citra, Sabro, and Eukanot.
expeditiously, maybe? I don't know.
Expeditionally.
Interesting.
Where's Eukanot from? Is that a...
That's a U.S. hop.
It's a U.S. hop?
You cannot say.
Oregon.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
It's imported from
You know
Canada.
what? I'm going to give you one of these.
Thanks.
She is hazy.
I will say that Rocksylvania sounds like it could be the name of the yodeling song that we're going to have today. So.
I found it a poor imitation of, Rock City, like
Detroit Rock
which
City.
Yeah,
Rock City.
or Rock City in
City Rock,
Tennessee.
City Rock City.
Yet another evidence of Tennessee superiority.
Well, the first thing that hit me about the beer is, man, this is soft.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
And, there'll be some interesting themes, that'll probably emerge from our conversation about this flight. But, I think definitely going with oats, that's a easy way to kind of soften up, a lot of the blow that you're going to have with
It's not
whatever
over the top, though.
hops you're going to be using. I don't know. The main thing I wrote down is something is missing. I don't know what it is, but there's just something in the mid palate of this beer that is just, I can't put my finger on it. It's just not there.
Well,
It's
if
just
it's
not
missing,
all there.
if it's not there, then how would you put your finger
Well,
on it?
I don't know. It's
I mean, honestly, it makes sense.
For me, I feel like it's a little sweet, and there's a distinct lack of hop burn that I normally get in the hazy IPAs. Maybe y'all get the hop burn, but I am not getting it.
it's very citrus,
Yeah.
like lemons and limes,
Yes.
Not in an unpleasant fashion.
and acidic almost.
Astringent, I would say. It's drying. It makes
Sure.
me want to go back
I can go with that,
to
too.
have another sip.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is interesting because it's soft throughout, and then it kind of dries, and you're like,
Yeah, the sweetness for me is on the front end for sure.
yeah.
yeah. I would have this in a taster flight and go past what's next.
I don't hate this. I'll say I'm
Well,
really enjoying
See,
it.
here's the thing, though. You can't go by what Mike says. Right. About anything. Literally, you cannot
Mike
go by
hates
what Mike
everything.
says about anything. Juliana, what do you think?
Just here for the monkey story.
Wow.
How appropriate.
I like it because, okay, I like the softness of it. There's a lot of hazies that right now are not this, and I'm just kind of over that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So having oats in there, like to soften the blow of the hops, like you said, is perfect. Yeah, it's a little sweet up front, but okay, but it doesn't end that way.
Right.
And I like how it's like an abrupt ending, like a dry,
You
a
drop
dry,
off a cliff.
yeah, a dry finish. And you
Yeah,
drop
I feel
off
like I'm
the
at
cliff.
the bottom of the ravine, going, "What's next?"
So, quick vote.
it's
If
like
Mike
taking it-
were at the bottom of a ravine, how
How
many
many
of
of
us
you
would
would go
pull him
after
up?
me? Wow, how deep? So many hands.
How deep is the ravine?
Well, what tools do I have to,
Is there a rope?
Is there a monkey involved?
Is Mike
Are there raspberry beers available?
is Mike carrying the beer, or do I have it?
Asking the important questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, no, I agree with Juliana. Though I like what I do like about it is soft and it is citrusy, but it doesn't finish sweet. Like Sean said, it starts sweet, but what bothers me is when they finish sweet, and I don't like that as much.
When I read
Yeah, that's a little artificial to me.
when I read the oats, I don't typically like oats in beer. I find they're often overused, and for me, that experience usually it's very viscous. Like you get way more roundness to the mouthfeel. This is not that. Right. It's balanced, so I very much enjoyed it.
Cool.
Yeah, and me too. The only thing I'm missing is like the pineness out of it. You know what I mean? I
You
wish
just want
there
some
was.
Mosaic or
I wish there was a little bit more pine to it.
She wants spruce.
Okay, so
Juniper.
majority rules here, good old boy Mike, and we're gonna rate this a 4.
What did Mike give it?
There
Like
are
a
beers
negative
I like in
1?
this flight.
Okay,
not that one.
The size of the
so
pores.
good old boy Mike.
Something about a monkey.
So we always like to discuss everything that's good in life, and we have a great story. Now, I'm not gonna read the headline, but I'm gonna give you the characters in advance in no particular order. There's a pet monkey,
Okay.
a college football coach,
Okay.
and a stripper.
Named.
Bobby Patrine.
I'll tell you that.
Which one?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the title of this story was a pet monkey belonging to a college coach's stripper's girlfriend allegedly bit a trick-or-treater on Halloween. So this might be a bizarre story of the college football season. On Monday night, rumors of the Texas Longhorns special teams coach, Jeff Banks, pet monkey allegedly attacking a young trick-or-treater on Halloween made its way onto the internet. Did the monkey make its way on the internet?
Was the monkey's name Jeff Banks? Commas are important, Mike.
Yeah. apparently, comma, Banks is dating a stripper named Pole Assassin. Who owns a pet monkey that is part of her stripper act.
I don't think it ever gave the monkey.
Is it the same monkey?
Yeah, Mrs. Pole Assassin,
Mrs.
comma, took to Twitter
I think
to
it would be
deny
Ms.
that the trick-or-treater was hurt, but did imply that the monkey bit the child in her backyard that was supposed to be off limits.
Hold on, there's a child involved now. I missed that.
Yeah, that's the trick-or-treater that was bitten.
Oh, the trick-or-treater.
What'd you think? Her
There was a
clientele
monkey?
showed up for trick-or-treating?
Oh my
You know?
I don't know. What's the monkey? The
Hey,
coach
okay,
with the-
so here's
I'm here to stare at your legs and pet your monkey.
we are talking about an animal here, right?
Oh my gosh.
You know, the term "pet your monkey" can be misinterpreted.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
that's
really?
Maybe she bit the kid. I don't know.
Did the kid say trick or treat before he got bit or after? I mean, I think
It was
that's an
probably like,
important part of
trick
the
or-
story.
I mean, and
was
maybe,
there no treat, and was that the trick?
I mean, the better question is maybe you're going to get to it, Mike. Was the monkey spanked after it bit the child?
Wow.
Well,
What's the double entendre involved with trick?
Where's that video clip?
She claimed the monkey was blameless, so I don't think she spanked her monkey.
I
Oh,
mean, blameless monkeys. I have a hard time buying that.
yeah. They're full of mischief.
They are very-
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Apparently,
funky monkeys.
it is an emotional support monkey.
So
What?
I love some of the comments
Yeah.
from people on
Oh,
here.
Lord.
One of them is actually from the stripper. Stop with the lies, and this is my monkey, not Jeff's. So why try and bash him for something that has nothing to do with him? Dude, you're living with her. Of course you have something.
apparently he
Right.
left his wife and kids for Pole Assassin
And the monkey.
and the monkey.
Did he have custody of the monkey? Is he custodian? Is it a custodial
I don't
monkey?
think he's the monkey
Monkey
stepdad.
custodian.
Oh.
I don't need
He's-
Texas
he's
law
the
well
step-
enough.
Pole assassin Banks.
Well, they're not married yet.
Oh.
but
Oh, right, girl. And there's a
someday.
girlfriend involved.
Right. No, the Pole Assassin is the girlfriend.
Is the girlfriend.
Oh,
Yes.
What?
It's the stripper girlfriend.
I thought the stripper had a girlfriend too.
No.
Well,
Like some sort of love
There
parallelogram.
may be, but
But I
no.
am willing to embrace that part of the story, though.
if we could go down that trail,
Was there flannel involved?
Correct. That is the most important question of this entire story.
I think the
Is there
monkey was
flannel involved?
wearing flannel, or maybe the monkey was triggered by flannel. Maybe that's what it is.
I'm feeling very
So the
self-conscious.
trick or treater was going as a lumberjack for Halloween.
Yes, and the
I like
monkey
that.
thought that
That is a much better story.
the,
Sean. You know,
the monkey felt that
obviously it was the kid's costume that was the culprit here.
Yeah, and the monkey definitely had a thing against lumberjacks.
Kid
in a,
was showing
Right.
too
in
in a
much.
previous life.
well,
it was,
because monkeys live in trees,
yeah,
and
and lumberjacks.
he's like, "Hey, you're not cutting my
Dutchers.
house down,
Yeah,
That's right.
kid."
Fair.
And
You know, if that kid had been carrying one of these beers from New Trail, boom,
boom.
he
Yeah.
would not have been bit.
they would have been friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
The monkey would have been like, "Hey,
He would have gone, hey, nice flannel. Let's hang out here in the backyard.
And then we'd be talking about contributing to the delinquency of a minor. But then again, that's just all in the day's
Have
work.
you ever been to Germantown before?
So the kid was hanging out at a stripper's house with a monkey. So I
in
think
Williamsport?
What are you
Wait a minute,
reading
there's a
over there,
Germantown
JB?
in
You're
Williamsport?
reading the rest of this, the comments, aren't
Man, really?
There's a Williamsport in Germantown.
Oh,
you? Yeah.
okay.
it's that little known part of Nashville
Yeah.
in
Okay.
Germantown.
Okay.
It's like one street,
It's where the Germans are.
Williamsport Avenue.
You wish. Okay.
We do have more beers to talk about.
Let's move on.
Speaking of flannel,
Speaking of flannel.
Speaking of
I
flannel,
tried, guys. I tried.
let's talk about flannel weather. 9% hazy double IPA with Motueka.
Doesn't taste like
Motueka.
9%.
Motueka.
Motueka.
Motueka? Motueka.
Motueka.
Those Motueka, those Kiwis and those Maori words.
Okay. So it's brewed with oats and Germanic malts. Yeah.
So
Full
it's
circle.
very orderly.
Heavy-handedly hopped with
Yeah.
singularly a Motueka. Really?
I heard Motueka is Maori for monkey. Can you taste the monkey?
Yeah.
Trust those Germans to be heavy-handed.
Do you want to pet my monkey?
Sehr gut.
So what do we
Lieber my
think about
monkish.
this beer?
It doesn't taste like 9%.
No, it does
first
not.
off.
No.
Single hop, I guess. Would say more oats. I again don't have like that crazy oat mouthfeel. It's definitely a little more viscous than the last one, but it's
Yes.
also more alcohol. So
This is
throw that-
probably not one of my favorite hop choices, and especially in a more of a single hop, choice. I mean, I just thought that it was bitter, out of balance.
They call out lime zest. I wrote down pith.
Yeah.
Yes.
They went way too deep on those limes if
Yeah.
they were using real limes.
It was just so bitter up front. I had a lot of trouble kind of getting through the rest. This was my least favorite beer of the flight today.
Yes.
Although I do like the name.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
It is, but I'm a little confused about how I don't I'm just confused about how they're calling this flannel weather when I don't feel
This is something I'd want to drink in the summertime.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
make
because
you
it's
feel
very
Not at 9%,
No, like,
but I hear you.
Yeah.
Flavor wise.
Flavor wise, yeah.
I'm getting lime pithy and then I'm getting mangoes and I don't associate that with flannel. Like to me, I was, if it was more piney,
Birria
you know,
tacos. Give me that. Give me that.
anyways. Yeah.
So are you put off by the pith?
In this case, yeah.
So you're pithed off?
Wow.
Yeah.
How pithy of you.
I'm not even going to give myself.
I mean,
No,
you
you're
know
not
what,
going
I-
to give yourself a.
lots of pith, but no vinegar.
Hey,
Ooh.
I'll give you one of those. All right.
Wow. Okay.
So, this beer is just kind of all over the place to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to rate Flannel Weather from New Trail a 2.
Trivia fun fact, right quick. Oh, play it. Let it rip.
What?
Play it again,
play it
Sam.
again. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot it's that short.
Hey,
Trivia
That's what
fun
she
fact:
said.
Motueka was once known as Belgian SUDS, and the Belgians actually used it quite a bit before the American brewers discovered the hop and made it very popular.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Belgian brewers
Belgian
used it
SUDS.
quite a bit. Yeah, it is. I think
And
a
what type
derivative.
of beers would you see it typically
More of
used
a
in?
blending hop.
Yeah, and it was like they were using it in place of size, especially in years where size was difficult or not a good year for size. And it is, I think, genetically related to the size strain.
so like a Southern Hemisphere sauce.
Size, yeah. So yeah, as a brewer, I've used it in place of size in recipes, and it's worked out really nice. So
That's kind of cool. Nice.
I'd like to see this in a Pilsner.
And now,
yes. Oh, it is wonderful in a pilsner.
Yeah. Wow.
like a Southern Hemisphere Pilsner.
Yes.
More Southern superiority?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Sorry.
You hear that? He's firing shots across your back.
I like that
I'm not-
idea.
I want you to know I'm not taking part in it.
I would like to see a Pilsner made with a bit of this hop profile.
All right, somebody do it. Sean,
Yeah, I just got to get a brewery going
Yeah,
again
we're-
and get right on it.
All right.
I'll need you back here in a couple weeks with that.
Game on.
Okay. Next beer up for bids here is the Coleman Terroir Experience. It's a 9% ABV Hazy double IPA brewed with a mixture of oats and wheats, hopped heavily with Coleman grown Talus, Simcoe, and Amarillo.
Hi ho.
What's Talus?
Yeah, I was just wondering the same thing. Sounds like something from Battlestar Galactica.
Sean, do you know anything about Talus? hops?
It's a hop, but unfortunately, I don't remember much about it. I want to say it may be one of the newer school German hops.
Needs more lasers.
Reinskebach.
Pew, pew, pew.
I wrote down it was very bright, dank. It was invasive, is what I wrote down.
Germans.
It had a short, strange
hurt you,
finish
Mike?
to it.
Did it hurt you?
Yeah, I was looking for the monkey.
It blitzkrieged your palate.
Yeah, I just
Did it touch you in a place
this was
you
also at the
didn't feel
bottom,
comfortable?
of the flight for me as well. So there are beers I like in this
It's
flight.
interesting. Like he keeps saying that, like, oh, there's beers. in
There
this
are
that
beers I like in this flight.
We'll
just
never
not
get to
these
them.
two.
They
Yeah.
won't be on the show, but
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so Talus hops was previously known as HBC 692.
So I was way off.
Okay, it is a result of a hybrid pollination of the Sabro and open pollination.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Interesting.
supposed to have intense flavors of citrus, flowers, and wood, with grapefruit, stone fruit, oak, coconut, and pine.
I don't get a ton of
I don't.
pine.
No, I
Not
do get
personally.
the dankness in this though, and I kind of like that. It's almost like a little overly ripe fruit to me. which is
So
interesting.
I'm doing something over here that I don't normally do, which is crossing
put your
the
pants
streams.
back on, Mike.
Dear God.
So I'm actually creating a cuvee as we go here, and I will have to say that the first three beers as a cuvee is actually quite good. So anyway,
We're gonna do that every
Blends,
show
bro.
from now on, man. Yeah. Every show gets a cuvee. And I don't care if like one of the beers is a kettle sour and one's a Russian Imperial Stout
No.
and all that.
No.
Every show gets a cuvee. Sorry. I have spoken. Hear me roar.
still
Again,
needs
I
a
don't feel like
hiking song.
this tastes like 9%.
No,
No,
and
it doesn't.
I'm looking for, again, sort of the oats. Like, again, it's not overpowering, which is great. But then they also are calling out wheat. And like, I would not, that is not something I tasted at all.
No,
So,
not at all.
I was trying to think if that was maybe in
Is
the
there more
mouth
body? Yeah, I was like, is it adding more body? But
kinda
no,
slick.
really not to me. I don't know. I'm not the brewer at the table. It's very citrus, very, very,
Yes.
very, very, very citrus. That's
Yeah, I think the thing that's throwing both of us off, Sean, is that there are not a lot of oat-based beers that are swinging above 6.5 or 7.
True. That
Yeah.
is correct. Yeah.
So I think that is one very consistent part about a lot of their base, mash bill that, I think that is kind of tossing everybody off here because you're like, wow,
Wait, what?
it's nice, soft and approachable. And oh my God, this is 9.8%,
yeah.
I don't think you can say that on this show.
What, toss?
Tossing us off.
is that like sodding us off?
Do you need more personal lube again, Dave?
Mike, are you calling us tossers?
Do you need a hiking song?
I think Mike just got us banned.
Banned once again.
We've been banned from Williamsport.
Let's rate this up before the break here.
Okay, where everyone's going to rate the Coleman Terroir Experience a 2.
I thought it was a 3, but I'll
I
go
did
with a
too.
3. Yeah, Julie and I are gonna. You know what? You're overrated. It's a 3.
So, wow.
I am.
Nice.
This means war.
Well, I like what they're doing with the oats, but anyways,
Needs a hiking song.
we'll be back with some more from New Trail in just a minute.
and a
Hi
monkey.
ho.
Welcome back, everyone. Today's episode is a brewery takeover. We are talking about New Trail Brewing Company in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And the next beer that we're going to talk about is Double Broken Heels. It is a 9.2% hazy IPA with more malt and hops to make it a hazy double IPA, brewed with oats and hop with a mix of their favorite American hops, including Citra and Mosaic.
There it is.
Love Mosaic. Julie, what do you think about this beer?
This is nice.
Yeah.
This is nice. The aroma matches the taste and it's smooth, it's citrus. There's a little bit of the forest in there and it's a nice balance and I'm really loving this one.
It's funny. It's funny they added the 0.2%. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're gonna get that extra.
There's no rounding.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do get a little alcohol in this one.
Little bit, but
Little bit.
I mean,
But
it's
still
not much.
Pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's complementary to everything.
Well, I was going to say, it's actually a nice change from the last 9% beers where you didn't really get it. And so there was nothing.
You believe this is 9%.
Yes.
There was nothing to offset the kind of the
I think
citrusy
the
sweet.
Mosaic is what is bringing a lot of that presence of the alcohol around. Because that's kind of a very bright and citrus forward, hop to begin with.
There's literally nothing that Mosaic can't make better.
I'll take exception
It is
to that.
it is bar none the greatest hop that has ever been invented. Ever.
Yeah, still take
I'll say
exception to
it.
that.
Yeah.
You know me.
I know. I know. Drew hates Mosaic.
I don't hate Mosaic,
You
and I
hate
do
it.
find it interesting that thus far my favorite beer that we've had is the first one that we've seen Mosaic in. So we'll say that.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
My tasting notes around this: creamy, balanced, very citrus forward. This is my favorite beer of the flight.
Okay, please wait. I'm sorry. What? Are we still recording? Am I awake?
Everyone is. Mike has agreed with Drew. Has agreed with. I'm assuming.
No,
David Juliana?
the other thing I've observed here is that they're have a very common component through their mash bill here, which is they all have oats. Now, not all. It's not the same mash bill for everything, but that is one very consistent, element. It's like the
Well,
oat
to be
truck got
fair-
lost in the neighborhood.
Well, but to be fair though,
to be fair.
every show,
10 for 1 special of oats.
every beer in this flight is a hazy IPA.
Yes.
Like
Oats
New England
give you
style.
some haze. Yeah.
Oats are going to give you haze. They're going to give you that extra body. So,
Well, then,
now if we were to try their, light American lager or their, whatever, and it's, it's got oats. I mean, then, like that might be weird.
As somebody who's lactose intolerant, I'm here for oats instead of lactose in IPAs. Come,
Yeah,
please,
totally.
more of
Yes.
this.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Well,
No, I'm
I
a
love
big
the
fan.
simplicity of this hop profile. I am a clear aficionado of Citra and Mosaic, and
What seems
It
kind
is a
of
good
weird.
combination.
The only thing you can't screw those up, but good luck.
Well, you haven't had any of my homebrew lately. But here's the other thing.
me write that
It's
down.
weird
No
how
Dave's
they
homebrew this
how they worded it. Some of our favorite American hops, including Citra and Mosaic. So I wonder if there's
there's
other
more to that.
stuff.
There might be
Yeah.
some more,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a secret, family recipe or something like
herbs
that.
and spices.
Yeah, maybe. But this one is beautiful, and we are going to
Drop your
rate
thumb,
it
Sean.
a
Drop your thumb.
5.
I know you want to.
We're going to rate it a 5.
You're not a monkey, Sean. Use your opposable thumb. Okay.
The cuvee is still
My
working.
monkey's uncle.
I will say with Mosaic, a little bit goes a long way. It's one of
Yeah.
those where you can really
Yeah.
overdo it pretty quickly.
I prefer
agree.
the use of Mosaic as a single hop rather than blended, just because I think when other hops are blended, there are certain hops that if you hop combinations where the hops just end up fighting each other and they don't work well. Like me and Mike.
I've said for IPAs for years that a lot of people got turned off to them because when breweries would start up, they'd screw up a beer and just throw a bunch of hops in it, make it an IPA. No one will tell the difference, and I feel like Mosaic a lot of times is used in those instances even today, which is why Mosaic. I'm just like,
Let me ask you this, Sean, as a pro brewer, and I'm not calling anybody out. I just want to know if this is a thing. If there's a beer that comes out and it's not quite what you wanted to be, would just dry hopping the crap out of it be a way that a brewery might go,
Dump it.
yeah, let's just fix it. We're not going to dump it, but we'll dry hop it.
Don't get me wrong. I've had some beers that have gone wrong in pleasant ways, but not once have I ever thought of like, oh, I can fix this with
I'm
a
not
dry
saying
hop.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it
you heard-
happens, but
maybe not anymore.
It happens.
Yeah,
Could
but
you name
my
some
palate says it
people?
I had video.
I can't ever recall a moment where I was like, what would fix this? Dry hopping. Yeah. But I'm sure there are people out there that do it. And
Well, they don't say I know it would fix this. They say
Right.
I know it would hide this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what would be
Correct.
good if we added a bunch of lactose.
Right.
Let's throw this in a barrel for 6 months, and maybe it'll still suck, but
Vanilla beans.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Let's go to Field. Field is a hazy triple IPA, 10% ABV,
not hazy.
Yeah.
brewed with lush oat malts.
Really?
Okay. For those of you not wondering our sarcasm, it is a little on the clear side. We'll say that. Sprawlingly hopped with Mosaic, Cashmere, and Columbus.
I'm really enjoying
Where are they
their
getting
adjectives.
their-
I mean, they make no
sprawlingly?
real sense.
It's
but
a dartboard. That's what it is. Beer adjectives.
So just flip the thesaurus and put your finger down.
Wouldn't that be an adverb?
10%
Is it modifying the
ABV.
verb or is it modifying?
Sprawlingly hopped. So,
I'm sorry. Hopped is I guess a verb in this case.
haha, look at me, Mr. Grammar. What do you think, JB? I think you like it.
Yeah, it's sticky.
I know you
Some of
like
that
it.
sticky icky.
No,
That's what
it's
she said.
it's sticky, but it's reminding me of those West Coast IPAs, that were on the sticky side.
This is very West Coast to me.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it's 10%.
Like,
That's
I'm-
crazy.
Okay,
Without
and
the
I don't-
bitterness, but still, West Coast.
Right,
Yeah.
and I'm not tasting
Dank.
the 10% on this either. This one's
No.
very sneaky.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote down very hazy, very thick.
Well, yours is hazy, yes.
THACC.
And there's this whole fruit thing that's going on. So it's like a orange, a banana. There was definitely a very heavy tropical fruit.
This is nice. Sorry,
like
I'm
candy.
saying that this is not. Yeah,
I was worried.
And again, a very soft finish.
yeah, very much so.
I was worried it was going to be like some of those Baltic, like Lithuanian imperial lagers or
Could
whatnot.
you, dude,
When
those
I-
things are,
Oh, I can't do it.
it's like malt liquor.
Yeah, like and when I
exactly
smelled it,
what those are.
when I smelled it, I was like, "Oh boy!" But then I drank it, and surprisingly balanced, very
I've had a
sneaky.
couple of exactly what you're talking about, and
Yes.
they are basically malt
very
liquor.
weak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I put 75 pounds of sugar in my beer.
yes.
I chew cans for us.
Specific gravity is 12. Mouth checks out. Don't look too close.
You will chew it.
Pet my monkey.
You will chew it
some
and you will
black
enjoy
bread.
it.
It will keep you warm in winter.
Very important.
Put hair on your chest.
You'll not feel your left leg.
Yes.
I am not wearing shirts. This all hair.
Chase it with
Braided
vodka.
to
You
look
will,
like flannel.
We
Chase
have
it with
all
vodka,
met
you
this
will be
guy.
fine.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, this is somebody we've all met.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I think I got a couple relatives that are that. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew a guy from the Czech Republic that had served in the French Foreign Legion. So
Holy moly.
yeah, he
Wow,
was
that's a special. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
a
he was
cool-
a piece of work. Yeah, he
No
What kind
doubt.
of medication was he on?
Vladimir, please don't send anyone after me.
Did he have a monkey?
Was there
sure he
lithium
did.
involved?
early into my beer foray, I made fun of him for ordering a Pilsner Urquell at the Rotiers here in Nashville, and
You never did that again.
No, he proceeds to tell me a story. He goes, "My grandfather drank this beer every day for his life. Doctor says you quit drinking this beer." He goes, 1 week later, my grandfather dead. And I was like, "Ooh,
He was killed by German sniper.
You know what? If I was able to drink Pilsner Urquell every day, and then the doctor made me stop, I'd probably give up.
Right.
The
Yeah.
desire
Did
would be
Rotiers
gone.
even have
Yeah.
a pill?
Like, what am I living for?
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
amazing that Rotiers had that.
I was surprised
Give me
as
that
well.
burger and that.
What he didn't tell you was his grandfather was
Yeah, we got
40.
two kinds of beer, Bud and Bud Light.
Yeah,
You know,
And this 10%.
Wow.
right.
You know, I went
We
to
just pour
Rotiers
them
once,
together.
and I made the
Two
mistake.
Cuvée.
You know, it's a
Cuvée.
it's a great local place in Nashville. That was known for
Was.
the burgers.
Was.
Yeah, it was a great local.
There's a kiosk in Bridgestone
So,
currently.
yeah.
And
Is there?
supposedly they're still involved.
I was the jerk who
Oh,
went to
that's
Rotiers
good.
and ordered the soup.
what?
What is wrong with
Would you
you?
then dip the burger into
Which
at least? I
was-
Did you get lost looking for the Germans in
Which
Germantown as well?
was very clearly Campbell's canned vegetable soup. So,
We should rate up
Which,
this field
you know what?
before this
Okay.
gets
which
into
All
I
right.
deserved.
You had too much Cuvée.
This field is really nice. We are going to rate it a 4.
Good job.
second favorite of the flight.
Was that unanimous?
Unanimous, yes. Unanimous.
Umami.
Okay.
Unanimity?
Cuvée is still working.
The last one that we are going to talk about today is called Icicle. And a moment for the can art. I love how the icicle actually looks almost real on there. Come on.
Yeah, they did some sort of
If
translucent
anybody
kind
ever
of.
calls us to be a can art judge, guess who I'm recommending?
Hey, I like a nice
I like
can.
the design.
I mean, it is so realistic. I would not hold the can up and stare at it from down below because one
It
of
would
those
drip
eye-
on you?
or
Yeah.
where they might break off and then stab you in the
Stab
eye.
you right
Sure.
in the eye.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, there's some really interesting translucent like paint kind of thing. They did a good job on that.
Did you
No,
know
really
that?
good. That's
honestly,
cheap to do.
legit. Right.
Yeah. Do you know that in Moscow, Russia, people die every spring because of the thaw and the giant icicles that form on the buildings break off and people are just walking around?
Yep.
In Soviet
That's-
Russia,
yeah.
icicles
kill
That
you.
only
Yeah.
happened
I don't
in
know.
Alabama.
He was killed by an icicle. That is
All right,
our official
fine. Okay.
I think that's like just covering up a murder.
story. Okay.
Let's just get back to the beer, please.
Yeah.
Icicle, 7% hazy IPA, brewed with a blend of oats, wheat, and spelt.
Shocking.
This
How's
time.
that spelled? Hey.
Drippingly hopped with Simcoe, Amarillo, and
These
Centennial.
guys in their adverbs, man.
They're melting.
I like it.
Somebody's an English major. Or
Sprawlingly,
something.
it's drippingly.
Drippingly. Wow, that's
Hippity hoppity doo.
I'm just reading the copy, man.
I'm dripping.
Singularly.
If you do something drippingly, does that mean
It's expeditiously.
is that a reflection on the
Expeditionally, not
Expeditionally, yes.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Yes.
they are going on an expedition.
I think they should put all those
They
on
are.
the side of the
Pictures
variety
at an
pack.
exhibition.
I need to talk to this person.
It's a
Okay.
great song.
All right, so
Julianna,
Anyway.
Bring it
Great-
back around to Russia.
Julianna,
great
how do
piece
you like
from
this
Mussorgsky.
beer?
How do you like this beer?
No, I want you to tell me how you like this beer because I'm drinking it.
Does that make any sense?
It's drippingly
His
good.
mouth is busy
Is-
with the dripping.
Hey,
Dave speaking, nothing makes sense.
I
Yeah,
did
that-
not hate this at all. Can you let
I
me
did.
speak? I like this. It's got. Does the spelt bring a little spiciness or something to it?
I don't think so. For me,
No.
I'm getting a little like alcohol burn and or hop burn. There's
Which one of these things is not like the
It
other?
tastes-
Well,
it
I would,
tastes ancient to me.
Describe this beer as.
Ancient grainy.
Yeah.
or is that because Simcoe, Amarillo, and Centennial have been around so long that it just tastes ancient?
No.
I think it's more the way the hops are playing together necessarily than,
Okay,
anything from the spells.
I'm just getting a little like weird spiciness out of this or something.
Again, I think that's more the hop balance using
Okay.
spelt in cooking,
I think that
baking,
Amarillo-
that type of thing. Not in brewing. Like I've never experienced any kind of anything I would attribute to spice.
Right.
Earthy, yes.
I wrote down soft. It has a 7-Up citrus, kind of quality to it. It's a
7
very
Up.
light body.
It is,
yes,
yeah,
it
it is
is.
very light
almost like
considering.
tonic water.
I think what
actually.
you might be getting, and I'm going to mansplain this for you.
Oh no.
No, it's just
Backing
I'm gonna
away.
Here, I got the sound effect. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna hop explain it.
Duh.
No, I think it's just I think it's really just the Amarillo.
Okay.
Because that's a pretty aggressive hop.
It is.
And if they put a little
Too
too
hard, it
much,
doesn't taste like this.
No, sirree, buddy.
doesn't it?
This is kind of in the dead middle of the
Double
flight
too
for
hard, it
me.
doesn't taste like this.
Yeah.
Well,
What
I
about
mean,
triple too hard?
it's
I
not.
haven't had
It's not
triple
bad.
two-hearted.
No, it's not bad. It's
Send
not
me
as
some,
juicy
please.
as we've had.
If there was some.
It's still kind of smooth, but I guess I'm just getting like a little spicy bitterness at the end that I wasn't expecting.
I think compared to the last couple of beers, this one has a little more aggressive of a finish.
Yes.
Okay, like the sharpness of an
And it's
icicle.
it's 7%. They're not as good at making 7% beers as they are at 10.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
Okay, we are going to rate the Icicle a 3.
But if we factor in the can art, I'm going to give it a 4.
All right, we're not going to go.
It's drippingly good.
I mean,
The can
it
art,
is.
that is.
It's
All right.
drippingly
Yeah.
painted.
Listen,
Sorry,
if-
adverb.
if-
I
if
adverb.
did
they
take a second
ever-
look at the can art. It is cool. I agree.
If they ever make a commercial for this beer and they don't call it drippingly good, they're stupid. I'm sorry.
I would be happy to provide the voiceover
And-
work for that.
and
It's
I think-
drippingly.
They should rent the monkey to pimp out these beers.
Oh man, the
that's
monkey
more grim.
holding the beer with Drew doing the voiceover.
And on the center stage, Pole Assassin and the monkey featuring the beers from
New Trail.
Neil Trail.
I feel like the
Talk
monkey
about
has to have an
nutrients.
icicle in one hand and the beer in the other.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what
Nice.
though? An
Good
icicle
work.
is the perfect murder weapon. I don't think that monkey should have an icicle in his hand,
Are you sure?
considering its past behavior.
Well, I think in the scheme of
Pole
things
Assassin
where
indeed.
New Trail kind
Yeah.
of fell for me, I
think
just
that's a cover.
think there are other people making better hazy, products. That's all. So Yeah.
This was enjoyable.
Yeah, but it was an interesting flight.
Consistent. It was.
I want to
pretty
try
good.
some of their other non-hazy IPA
Yes.
products.
To be sure.
Well,
Yeah.
well, next time we go up north, we'll have to try that. All right. That's going to wrap it up for today's Suds episode. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are listening to us online, do yourself a favor and
Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
tap that subscribe button. The easiest way to listen to our show is to ask Siri, Alexa, Google, or Uncle Larry, play podcasts, Sip Suds and Smokes.
We love your feedback, and you can reach us online at info@sipsudsandsmokes.com.
Our daily tasting notes
They are tasty.
tasty notes flow out on Twitter every day at SipSudsSmokes, and our Facebook page is always buzzing with lots of news. You'll also be able to interact with thousands of other fans on those social media platforms.
What happened?
Wow.
Do us a favor and take the time to rate this episode if you're listening to us online. That's a great big help to us, and we get to see your feedback as well.
Well, good old boy Sean, thanks for being here.
Glad to be here as always.
Good old boy Mike.
Hey, come back, enjoy another episode without Mike. I'll ask you to
Yes,
keep
please.
on sipping.
Good old boy Drew.
Thanks for having me once again.
Good old boy Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is good old gal Juliana sending love to my Pennsylvania brewery that I do like so much.
Just a little bit of bias.
Yes, total bias.
I see how.
My side
We
of the
just need to
state.
get you in love with Germantown.
No. This is good old gal Juliana. Keep on chuggling, and we'll catch you next time.
This has been a one-tan hand production of Sip Suds and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the good old boys, will see you all next time.